Hey guys, welcome to my channel. We're gonna revive this thing, or try to at least. I have a little decaf latte and I've not wanted one of these until literally 2 days ago. I think I announced last week that I was pregnant on Instagram. I announced when I was 13 weeks. For me personally, I just really wanted to be in the second trimester. Like, I was not ever planning on that. I always thought, like, right when I get pregnant, I just want to share. But once I became pregnant, I was like, man, I just really want to keep this to myself. And we found out around, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I wanted to tell the closest people in my life who have been praying so much for me. So I'm really excited to kind of dive into this. I have my little notebook that I tried to keep track a little bit of my first trimester, and I actually did really bad, so that's perfect. Grant and I tried for 18 months to get pregnant, and that was 18 months of prayers, 18 months of negative pregnancy tests, and that is something that I don't want to skip over. And then that is very, very hard. Even waiting 3 months is hard. And so yeah, that was a really tough time, but if I did not have Jesus, I would not have been able to get through that, or my community. So I always want to say, reach out for help, and if you don't know Jesus, you can get to know him today, and he literally just wants to help you. He's such a good father, and he's perfect, and he created us to be in communion with him. I will talk more about that in another video, but today is just about the first trimester. In November, I found out I was pregnant. Right before I found out I was pregnant, I read 1 Samuel. It's about Hannah, and she's been waiting to have a child, and it's just a beautiful story. And I'll always get emotional about that because I felt God's presence so near to me. I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant, and that was so beautiful. We've been trying for so long, and I'm so tired and exhausted from not being pregnant. My heart was really tired, really heavy. But yeah, I was very, very excited. Oh my gosh, I was overjoyed. I could not stop crying. I literally still can't not cry thinking about it. Yeah, I was really surprised. My symptoms were basically the same as a period. I had sore breasts. I was lightly cramping, and a big thing was I felt so unmotivated, which happens especially going into winter. During that time, I just get the winter blues, and whatever. I just was not feeling like myself. I was feeling a little extra sassy and things like that. I couldn't get an ultrasound before I had a positive pregnancy test, a blood test. So long story short, I just went to a little family care, is that what it's called? And I just got my blood drawn and tested positive, and that was really exciting too, because I know there can be false positives, and that's really, really sad. And then I also did the measuring. So I was measuring, I think 5.5 weeks at that point. I'd been tracking my period and my ovulation and stuff like that, and I feel since tracking for the past at least year, I've really gotten to know and be in tune with my body, and just, yeah, I know my body pretty well. So they count when you got pregnant as the first day of your last period, and so I just think this is God's hand all over it. I just know it is, but it's great. And it's 2-year anniversary, so I thought that was really, really precious. And yeah, you bet I bawled when I went back and counted. I was no way, that is just so beautiful to me and so sweet. Any other mamas who've experienced this, just having a lot of hard time to get pregnant? It was a little hard to find joy in my pregnancy when I first found out, and I honestly had a lot of anxiousness around it. So that's just something, and I felt in my spirit that I was just feeling a little down and not extremely excited, and finding my true joy in the pregnancy and in the Lord overall. But I really had to bring that to God and be okay, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, because you have to wait quite a while. I think it's usually 8 to 10 weeks when you can get your first ultrasound. So yeah, I had to wait 10 weeks until I got my first ultrasound, and it just felt like a long time. And it's just yeah, it's a time when you're just am I pregnant? Is this real? And what's gonna happen? Is everything gonna be okay? And stuff like that. So leading up to my appointment, so around 6 to 9 weeks, I had cramps, and cramping is normal, but of course I was freaking out because I have lost a baby and I have miscarried. So I was freaking out, but it definitely felt different, a little bit more pinching. I would say that's how like I wrote it down to describe it, was a little bit more pinching. And at 7 weeks I actually did bleed a little bit, which can be implantation bleeding, but it just came a little bit late for me. And I don't know, every time I prayed about things, like I would definitely feel peace from the Lord. But yeah, it still was not fun to go through. And I was actually on a work trip when that was happening, and I was just like alone in my little Airbnb room, and I was freaking out because nobody knew that I was pregnant, and it was just a lot. So that was between like 6 to 8 weeks. I just had to eat little meals. I was really craving like fresh fruit and like acai bowls and stuff like that. So I still am. I've craved this whole pregnancy like sour things and salty things, but really like all I want is just like fresh veggies, fresh fruit, salads, grilled chicken, like healthy things. And that's awesome, but it's just more expensive. But it's good. It's good for a baby. Around 9 weeks, and since then I've been vomiting maybe 5 times a day on average. There's some days like yesterday where I didn't even puke once, and then there's days like the day before that where I literally puked 12 times. And yes, that is possible, and I'm still alive, and my baby's gonna be okay. But that just happens for some people, and that's just some people's experience. So I have been very exhausted and very tired, and I've tried all of the nausea things. And yeah, a lot of people love giving advice, which is very sweet, and I really appreciate advice. Like I really do. But yeah, sometimes like you're just gonna be nauseous and you're just gonna puke, and it's gonna be okay. And I can't really get too down on myself, although I really have had many days where I've been vomiting and puking, and I'm on the floor of my bathroom and I'm like begging my body to stop because I don't know how there could possibly be anything else. I will literally eat something just so the nutrients can get to my baby, maybe for a few minutes, and then puke it back up. But I'm always praying for my baby that it's gonna be okay, and I know that's a lot and it can sound really scary, but it's just the case for some people, and that's my case. And I'm really proud of how I've worked, and I feel strong because of how I've pushed through really hard days. And so yeah, I'm proud. Once like 4 p.m. hits, my body's like, I can smell literally everything, everyone, and it's just a weird feeling. Like I literally feel like I can walk in a room and I can tell what someone just cooked for dinner like last night. This is so bad. I'm always bringing around gum, and I'm like, oh, do you want a piece of gum? Because I can literally smell what you ate. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault. But I have to brush my teeth a lot because I hate any smell. Let's move on to cravings. I would say this surprised me because I thought I was gonna crave like burgers and like fast food and stuff. Quite the opposite. I literally crave salad, I crave fruits, I crave veggies. Like, oh, it just sounds so good. Just give me like all the fruit, all the juice, all the salads. Like Chick-fil-A salads are so good, and I just want a salad and like just fresh acai bowls, apples, blueberries, strawberries, eggs and toast. If I have eggs and toast like right away in the morning, then I'm usually good, like better off than if I wake up and I don't. But yeah, in my first trimester, I really listened to like all the rules, and I would honestly just like pray before I would eat anything. And if I felt a lot of peace about it, then I would go ahead and eat it, and if I didn't, then I wouldn't. And that's honestly like how I roll, is I just depend on the Lord, and it's got me through really good. So yeah, but I am very like cautious of what I eat, just with like the classic things like high mercury fish. Like I don't eat raw fish right now, stuff like that. So I don't know, that's just my own preference. But I feel like every pregnant woman should like make their own decisions, and that's probably what's best for their baby. So I think I want to answer some questions, like a few questions that y'all asked off of Instagram. So I'm just gonna go ahead and look through these really quick. Okay, people really keep asking me like for the video of Grant, and Grant, I'm gonna show the video of Grant and like share that. I have to sit down and like edit it a little bit because obviously I want to keep like some parts to myself. But yeah, I will be posting like Grant's reaction and some of my family's reaction, but I mostly got like my friends and like my girlfriend's reactions because they're like easy to put like a camera in their face. And I didn't want anything to be like my brother, like it would just be weird if I like put a camera in his face and like stuff like that. So yeah, just for some people, like I wanted everything to be organic. So if I would normally, like with my dad, like I was pretending to record a video, and I've done that my whole life. So that like wasn't out of the blue for him. But yeah, so I'm really excited to share people's reactions, and that video will be coming soon. Oh. One question was, how long did you try before going to the doctor and being diagnosed? So when they're talking about the diagnosis of infertility. Being diagnosed with infertility just means, I mean, it's different for all ages and everything, but with Grant and I's health, like they looked at Grant and I's health, Grant and I's age, and how long we had been trying, that's when they went ahead and diagnosed us with infertility, because technically we should have definitely been able to have a baby by then. I didn't tell people that I was diagnosed with infertility, but now that I'm on the other side, I really felt like I should specifically share that part, that I was diagnosed with infertility, because God is bigger than that and he had a different plan for me. And yeah, he's bigger than any word or any diagnosis. So we were trying for a little over a year before I went in. What has been, okay, someone asked, what has been the best part of your first trimester? I would say telling people and just being able to, I'm literally gonna cry. I would say just being able to share with people and people that I've been praying over, Grant and I, and growing our family. That was so beautiful to be able to share with them the good news and God's faithfulness. And yeah, it's just been so fun to share that part of our life with them. And that's just been the best part by far. Someone asked, do you have any food aversions? Definitely coffee. I work at an energy bar. We sell coffee. We sell like all these different things. And smelling the coffee, if I had to make coffee for someone, I definitely have sprinted to the back bathroom and had to puke because I smelled the coffee. Seafood sounds good, or like chicken. But like other than that, meat does not sound good to me. It's just like different every single day. Like I would literally be, in my first trimester, I would watch like YouTube or like the TV, and if there would be an ad for food, I would often like gag because it was disgusting, and it's usually about like Burger King or something, and I'm like, no. But that sounds good right now. Ooh. Do you have any name ideas yet? Okay, so yes, Grant and I have always had, so I had like a little list coming in. I feel like a lot of girls do have lists. But that list was like since middle school, high school, and so I haven't updated it for a while. So I just, you know, I hear a ton of names all the time because I do work at a coffee shop, and so I have a few names that I've always loved for the past few years, and I told Grant them, boys and girls, and honestly we agree on like the names a lot. So that's been amazing that we both love the same names. I will say I love really girly names for girls and like strong names for boys, and I like them to be unique enough where I don't hear that name all the time, but that it is a name, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's a lot of questions about understanding how to truly fully surrender to God's timing over my own, or like what was the hardest struggle with infertility. I feel like mine was jealousy. I like this question. I'm just gonna do one more question because a lot of these are really similar. But yeah, this one says, as you look into your future, what's a moment that comes into your mind that makes you smile? I would say I just like cannot wait to hold my little baby, and be able to see Grant be a dad is really, really exciting to me. I'm really excited for all of it. I'm excited for the hard days, I'm excited for the sweet days, I'm excited for the sweet little moments, and I'm just so excited to meet my baby. I almost said the gender. I'm really, really excited to meet the baby and just to be able to see their personality. And I could go on and on about all these things that make me smile, but really it is just such a blessing that we are able to procreate. Like, actually, it is like so amazing. And so yeah, just being able to meet the baby, and for Grant to meet the baby, and to be a mom beside Grant and see Grant be a dad, like, I'm just so excited. So if you guys have any more questions, please DM me on Instagram at ariella.corey, and I would love to talk to you about your journey, or genuinely do pray for each and every one of you that reach out to me. Or if you have any questions about first trimester that I didn't really talk about and you want to talk about it more, I would love to answer those too, and I want to be an open book. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm really excited to do YouTube again because I love longer form videos, and it's just my favorite, and I feel like I am able to have like more freedom and share it. Jesus loves you, and I love you, and have a great day. Bye.